Yeah.
A revolutionary
Yeah.
war, hunger for strong government, and also
All right.
independence within independence. Great words and declarations.
Yeah, we're just reading a few different things, just randomness of different classes, touching on different topics, and sometimes some tidbits can help them make sense of. Yeah, it is a strong connection with different kind of same trafficking lines and stuff. Mm. Doesn't mean we get rid of the trafficking lines, right? Yeah, it's almost as though, a Pepsi Cola truck driver does something wrong. It'd be like saying, okay, we got to get rid of Coca Cola now. A Coca Cola truck driver. That's pretty much what's happening with a lot of these things. Well, see, what's happening is a lot of the people, if you want to use Coca Cola as an example, when you have these islands and households and businesses and networks, traveling bans, so to speak, uh, are you protecting? Are you cleaning? Are you cleaning up the streets? Hmm. Smoke on the dirty water. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? Hopefully. Sure hope so. No, we were watching that. This is, hold on. There's a few different channels streaming. Some people have lives going on down there. Oh, we're freezing out. So this is over 35,000 people watching on this channel, and I know they have other channel streaming the same feed, you know? Yeah, so it's down around Nancy's and stuff. People driving around that area. What fur? What fur? I don't know. Crazy. Right, so, anyways, yeah, a bit off topic there. Sorry. I know we had some class discussing. Well, I guess it is when you look at the trafficking lines and stuff. There's some connections, I guess. Take it with a grain of salt, as they say. You can only deal with what's at hand. Right. I mean, all the time you have situations where there's probably a lot of crimes and abuse happening. And if it's he said, she said, they can only act on. You see all the time the people who have been abused will end up being the ones going to jail. You see it happen all the time. Wait, hold on. No one's wearing pants around here. Fuck you, dude. I know, right? Wake up. Right? Right, I sure hope so. So, anyways, class was reading some things. Interesting kind of ties there, but yeah, it does kind of just help with perspective, so to speak, with application theory type stuff. Yeah, I get what you mean by that. So, anyways, they were reading this article from 1993, Michael Jackson's sexual abuse allegations. Interesting. Well, do you remember the doctors and some of the dentists and people that were involved with the fentanyl? Remember? And it was around that when Michael Jackson was killed, excuse me, died of an overdose in 2008. Was it 2008 or 9? Right. So you remember that. Now, right, these were just allegations, right? When he got accused of child abuse. Well, it's interesting because since we were kids with these same networks, And when you look at the Oprah show connections with some people who would do distasteful things, really bad things to young children, some of these punks and pieces of shit. Oh, they think it's okay, cartel family, dirty mongrels, retards. Even if they could tell anyone, who's going to believe them? One day. In this maze, you can lose your way, but let me tell you, there's a lot of caterpillars, and if you listen, you gotta shut your mouth for a little bit, though. If you listen, you just kind of see what's there, Right. Yeah, if you're not all caught up with your bullshit and stories and trying to teach people lessons and make a profit and cover things up and protect sick fucking punks and activist groups, well, you might be able to see it. But yeah, if you're clouded with all that shit, and a lot of people are, one or the other, one, two, three, so it could be just one thing. Some have a couple. Many are a variety show. Yeah, they're washing turtles, saving the whales, dealing drugs, doing drugs, making money. They are making money and they're making music. Let's go, DJs. Fucking sick people, man. I really hope the proper authorities do what they're supposed to do. But yeah, anyways, it's interesting. What happened was back in 93, a person named Evan Chandler was a dentist and also a screenwriter. Now, I mean, you don't even need to read the first sentence, right? It's like not even the full sentence, and you're like, oh, already, right? Surprise, surprise. Said that Michael Jackson had accused their 13-year-old son, Jordan Jackson, had befriended Jordan after renting a vehicle from Jordan's stepfather. Now, why would Michael Jackson have to rent a vehicle from Jordan's stepfather, which would it have been the, right, so not the dentist, but his wife's ex? Would that, okay. Right, so you start getting just the first accusation, and nothing was ever proven, and never got to court because he died, right? That's what we say, these cases never make it to court. You hear stuff with child abuse, this, that. The drugs don't get addressed. You know the fentanyl and shit that was being trafficked through the carnival? Are you fucking kidding me? Plus they had exotic animals and stuff. Do you know what they were doing? And oh, he's, had a rough childhood and he always wanted a monkey. How about that? Well, if I had $1 million fucking dollars, Jesus fucking Christ, people are fucking retarded, and it's so sickening how the people around here have been acting for years. And how they've been protecting these punks, getting away with fucking our children. Yeah, you're damn right we're pissed. And it's amazing how they love it. Like, they feel as though, some of them, they just love it. Like, oh, they're angry, we're pissing them off. They feed on it. It's fucking sick, dude. It's sick. It's like, how do you get created? What the fuck created your nasty piece of shit conscious, gross, evil, nasty fucking cunt face? What the fuck could have created such an evil monster is what I want to know. Oh, wait, I already do know. Hold on. Right, so anyways, yeah, some dentist screenwriter had accused, right? So just imagine, in the drugs and all that shit going on, people knew a lot of the shady stuff that had been going on, them using that place and his name and platform. Look at the organizations and the wildlife funding, and wow, I can't believe how so many people don't even talk about it. It's amazing. Look at the year that happened. Was that around the Obama? There was supposed to be disclosure. If you're not fucking catching up and you don't get it, and you don't want to do everything you can to help these children and hostages, you're fucked, dude. And you can eat shit and die for all I care. So yeah, anyways, you can look up that article that might help answer those questions you were just talking about. Yeah, I see how those connections got made. Some confusions just got cleared up for you. Good. Good. That's what we're here for. It's amazing, huh? It's incredible that we are actually even alive, considering. It's a miracle to us. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see. In 1993, as the second leg of Jackson's Dangerous World Tour began, news of the allegations broke and received worldwide media attention. Jackson canceled the remainder of the tour, citing health problems arising from the scandal. Jackson's sister, LaToya Jackson, said Jackson was a pedophile, but produced no evidence and withdrew the accusation, saying she had been forced to make it by her husband. So his own sister came out and admitted, right? Wow. So why would she say that? Said Jackson was a pedophile. Did she really say that though? And why would she think that? What behavior, or did she see or hear anything? Right, those are the kind of questions that should be asked, and it quickly clears it up and you can see through the bullshit. But when those things aren't allowed to be asked and you're protecting people's privacy over and over again while the children are being fucked, it really starts to piss people like us off who are aware. Yeah, we usually wind up dead or in jail pretty quickly in these communities. We've been doing this a long time, and we've seen a lot of good people get taken out, kill themselves, die of fucking freak accidents, overdoses. Sick and fucking disturbing. Yeah, and the druggies and the ones doing the worst shit. Yeah, they're you don't see them too much, do you? Maybe you do. Yeah, no, see, yeah, they tried to kill us back in the 90s a few times. It's one of the reasons we were put on the programs. It's all documented. Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah, we were 18 when we were put on the programs, year 2000. Check it out. Yeah, obviously you can see the druggies and criminals don't like it, and it's to the point where the activists and psychos back in 2008 who got upset at the Maine Parent Federation, well, we called them Hitlers because we were trying to get them to acknowledge the concerns with the vaccines. We had vaccine injured children and the overprescribing of SSRIs, and there had been a continued concern for years about schizophrenia and them over medicating people with hypersensitivities because it increases auditory and visual hallucinations. And when they don't understand it, it's even worse. Some people kind of get, these are just frequencies, earth, radios, human minds, whatever it is, right? Frequencies, energy, you hear sounds. Some get tetanitis and they just hear tones. Some pick up static, maybe. It's not a big deal. You get auditory and visual hallucinations as well. Right, and to understand how these things can happen, it's very easily understood. And how it gets completely ignored by a lot of mainstream and our Western medicine society is fucking scary. And it has been scary to us since we were kids. Yeah, ever since the ghost pushed us down the stairs when we were 11, back in 1991. How old were we? 9. Well, I always say 11. We were 9, right? 91. Yeah, because we were born in 82. I get confused. They know me better than I know myself sometimes. Right. Remember what was going child molesters and the modeling, the young teenage. Yeah, they were fighting over the older guys. Right, and then the sickos that worked for the Oprah channel, some of the photographers and other people. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's very loose ties. Yeah, there was some abuse going on, huh? Yeah, and it wasn't the teenagers. I know, they were loving it, huh? Yeah, actually, one of my sisters, she started dating that older guy. He was like up in his 20s, Taekwondo teacher, dare officer. Yeah, he lived with us. He was a great guy. Taught me how to breathe through my nose. Take me jogging sometimes. Taught me how to break boards with my head. That was fun. He was very safe about it, though. I got the styrofoam. I did try a wooden one on my own when he wasn't there. He told me not to. I learned a lesson. I kept my head down for a little bit. Let's just say that. Oh man, the head injuries. I dove in the little end one time too when I was a kid. That was pretty bad, huh? I blacked out for a second. Oh man. Crunch. Shattered. Shattered. Right. But yeah, I can remember, and you say something about the concerns. Yeah, the granolas were all pissed off about the drug trafficking with my brother. He was trafficking out to like Camden and the golf course, but of course, kids on the street are going to get a hold of some. No, I've never used a needle ever. No, I've seen enough nasty, gross. Oh my, I've seen people so bad with the needle like shooting themselves up with bleach to clear their freaking lines or whatever, just to shoot something up. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, some of them. Yeah, my nephew, before he overdosed, he said he was messing around with that. They were the Suboxone strips. He said he came up with a way to turn it into a liquid to shoot up. Yeah, he was dealing with those Turks too. He stabbed himself in the leg with a knife for some reason. He died of an overdose in a bathroom. Very sad what those kids, have been through. I know. Yeah, his dad is my mother's brother. Yeah, my mother's brother. And what they did to my Pepe back in the 90s. I remember being very sad about that. Pepe, he was mentioned in the underground too. And Princess Diana was killed. Oh, I mean, died in an accident. I remember Pepe being very sad about that. I don't know. There was, other people saying things, but then so many freak accidents back then too, huh? Overdoses, car accidents, strange cancers. Yeah. Want to go to Mexico? I like carrots. I am a carrot. I'm a carrot. Anyways, I really, really hope the proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine do what they're supposed to do to help these children. Did you get your cashmere sweater? I just want to make sure we sent one out to everyone. It should have your initials on it. All right. Schlemiel, Schlamazel, But yeah, amazing, huh? Amazing. Yeah, a ghost pushed me down the stairs when I had said, I know it wasn't a ghost. I'm telling you what they believe. See how that works? Right. And you see how we have to say it that way? Because if we don't, they get very upset. Did you see what happened the other day? Just me saying, yeah, they tried to kill me and they beat up a little kid in the tub. They flip the fuck out. They get angry. They tell me to stop it. That's enough. They're going to make a call, get me on medication. I did it. I witnessed it. And I defended them. It doesn't even fucking make sense. So hopefully the proper authorities are going to do what needs to be done to help these fucking children because we're beyond fucking pissed and fed up and it doesn't matter because we're dead losers who deserve it. So anyone listening to understand that it's nothing personal, and I know you're not going to put yourself out on a limb to save a couple retarded children that came from the loins of someone like me. But when you understand the networks it's connected to, how, it may be your sponsors. So I'd wake the fuck up if I were you. I really would. It's not a fucking game. And if you feel like I'm not a threat and you're playing off of that, you should wake up. Because there's a lot of me's all around the world. Now, the private investigator in 2009 who shot himself, he was in our 82nd Airborne Division. And I'm pretty sure they've been looking into that, yeah. Yeah, I think someone from that division blew himself up in front of Trump Tower in recent years. Yeah, and what happened to Charlie Kirk? What happened to Norm Macdonald? Did he get that stem cell that he didn't need? Yeah, they scared him like he had some kind of rare condition that he needed that or he was going to die and he had to do it under an alias. You know, that could be right. Sometimes they say those things as an excuse as to why they're using drugs. They make it up. They're really just... Who know? You know, there could be a number of things with these situations. You can try to figure it out. Yeah, Matthew Perry dies in a hot tub. Fentanyl Queen goes... You see all this shit happening. I don't meet his son. Fucking goes psycho. Slashes up him and his wife. Can't make this shit up, you know? All right. So, Merry Christmas. Love you. Where are we at here? Oh my goodness. Almost 21 minutes.